All right.
So we're recording my platform.
Yeah, we're recording a microphone.
My Thinkorswim. Question mark.
Yeah, we can use your Thinkorswim.
All right.
Okay.
So we're recording my platform.
We're recording a microphone. Why is the microphone all laggy now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So we're recording my platform.
We're recording a microphone. Why is the microphone all laggy now?
Yeah. Can you zoom that? Can you make the tab bigger?
Why is the microphone all laggy? Here, turn off
There you
your
go.
video. It always gets all screwed up.
I know.
The audio.
Yeah, there you go. That's
I
better.
think we're good now, right?
Clear. It looks pretty clear. Let me move my mouse here a little bit.
Is it everything pretty good?
I'm gonna. This is a delay, so I gotta wait.
The audio coming through
It's
clearly?
looking pretty smooth.
Everything pretty good?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This is a delay, so I gotta wait.
The audio coming through clearly?
It's looking pretty smooth. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. If only the platform was like widescreen and our.
All right, so welcome everybody to our first ever Sunday stock watch list. So we're gonna go over some technicals, fundamentals with some joking along the way, but we'll make sure it's still PG. And we're gonna go over the beginning. And this is Manny, my friend over here. He's been trading for a long while, and we're just ready to go. This is gonna be fun. I'm really excited. We'll see how things end up rolling through. So.
Yeah.
You can see Manny's screen over here. I'll make us a bit smaller. But there's me, Jet Martin, and there's Manny over there. So let's get to some technicals here, Manny. So do you want to go over some futures first, or how do you want to roll with this?
Yeah, so I'm seeing some resistance at Nasdaq. I mean, as you can see, I drew this resistance line right here. I hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and today 7 times, right when the market opened. So we could see some more downfall to this support of 10,900. But if it breaks below it, we could see some more downfall. So yeah, as you can see, it's a channel to the right side. As you can see, it's bouncing in between these levels, between this resistance and this support line. So yeah, I mean, it's making lower lows, so we could see a more downhill pattern here, or a switch of divergence. But yeah, guys, anybody got questions?
Yeah, Peter just called or just sent us a message. Hey there, Peter. How you doing? Thanks for joining the live Sunday stock watch list. So yeah, this is going to be our first one. We're just trying things out. Manny just went over the resistance on the Nasdaq over here. So usually when there's a huge pullback, we usually see some consolidation right afterwards, and then we'll start seeing it make higher highs. But right now, we're not really realizing any higher highs at all. It just keeps bouncing off the resistance level, and it's not really showing us any signs of any growth, So that's kind of where we're at right now. So we're going to keep seeing and watching how this is going, but so far it's not looking too great for the Nasdaq and anything else like that. Manny, can you go back to the Nasdaq?
Yeah, let's go back to the Nasdaq. I'm gonna put the comp. It's more easy to read. Or we actually look at the future actually because it's open right now. There you go.
So yeah, let's just stick.
Yeah, so we're seeing
as we were saying, it was bouncing off of everything, as Manny was just saying. So we aren't really seeing any new higher highs right now. It might get rejected again because it keeps bouncing off the trend lines from the technical analysis. But we'll keep you posted with that as of next week as well. So what else do you want to cover here, man? You want to go over the...
So we're seeing some low volume recently, as you can tell right here. So right at this level right here, which was Friday, the volume was pretty high, but it's downtrending. So we could see some more downfall actually. More downside due to low volume. As you can see right here, when there was very low volume, it started going down right at the March level. Low volume, downside. But we got to bring it below this support line of 10,900, as I said earlier.
Like with your zooming around, you got to keep remembering just because you have 3 years experience with this stuff, most people don't.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. That is true. I'll take it easy on the beginners. Is Peter still watching us?
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, also on the VIX.
What does the VIX do?
It got rejected. Right. So whoever doesn't know what the VIX does, the VIX basically is it's an equation or a how do you say it? How can you say it? It's a way of measuring how much volatility is coming in the market. So the higher the VIX, or if the VIX starts to uptrend, expect a lot of volatility in the markets. Right now that the VIX is downtrending, as you can see, the markets have been rallying, right? Just like the Nasdaq, for example. So since the VIX was downtrending, the Nasdaq was pretty much going on an uptrend the last 5 months. So the VIX is also good for day trading, especially. So like right here, if you would have drawn this resistance line at these 3 peaks, you would have known when to short or when to start buying calls basically at this level, because it got rejected pretty good. That was a good level to get rejected. We're also seeing some resistance here, and here. So if the VIX starts bouncing again tomorrow, expect this as a resistance line, and then you might want to start buying calls if this thing starts to bounce or get rejected at this level. So let's say it hits this level right here and it just gets rejected. You might want to start buying calls right here. But if it passes through it, start buying puts on SPY would be a high recommendation.
Yeah,
if it passes this level right here, right.
Yeah, whenever it passes, when it starts going on an uptrend, we start seeing more volatility in the market, and it's usually towards the negative. So every time it had these peaks and spikes, we saw the SPY, the Nasdaq drop 2, 3, 4% in one day. So when we're looking at that, we really have to keep a good understanding of if it keeps breaking above, if it doesn't follow this trend line, we're going to see a spike again, where the stock market will end up going down.
Yes, sir. So as you can see right here, I'm putting the Nasdaq down here and I'm putting the VIX up here. You can see, right when due to volatility lately, the VIX and the Dow and the Nasdaq haven't really been correlating correctly. So what typically would happen was that when the VIX goes up, like right here, for example, around 11:20ish, the Nasdaq didn't actually it was delayed by a couple minutes. So if you would have seen the VIX start going up at 11:20, you could have been prepared to buy a Nasdaq future. Solid companies like blue chips. So for example, let's look at Apple, for example. Let's put the VIX down here. Let's see. So at 11:20, you would have started seeing the VIX start uptrending right here. Went up almost 10%. And 11:20 on the Apple would have been right here. So you would have started buying puts to the downside. You could have shorted Apple and you would have made 2% on the shares. But if you would have bought options, for example, let's go here. Let's add an option contract right here. See, I'm gonna add it to my blue chip watch list for now. You can watch this. So let's see. As you can see, when it started to downtrend, Apple, when it started to downtrend, you could have bought this put contract at 275 and sold it at a 86% profit in a matter of almost 20 minutes, you could say. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes. You could have made 86% in 20 minutes.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So that's one way of buying puts. Yes, sir.
So this would be more of a day trading side, not really the investing side, but
right.
It's amazing the type of profit you can make when you can follow and actually read these technical analysis. So that's what hopefully we're going to be able to help teach some people, give some people a good outlook for this week on how the trends are correlating, so then you can make some strategic decisions throughout the week.
Yes, sir. Another
So
thing you can do is to stay on the safe side. Sorry, you can go. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, okay. If you want to stay on the safe side and not risk your money, your hard-earned money with options, because options can be very volatile, would be to stick with ETFs. There's SQQ, which is the negative side of Nasdaq, and there's TQQs, which is the upside, well, the positive version. So if you would have started seeing the Nasdaq crash, you could have bought the SQQ and gone in with, let's say, 10 grand right around this level, and you could have sold for about 8% profit, which is not bad for one day trade. And once you started seeing the SQQ downtrend, as you can see, it made a triple top right around this level. Once you would have identified this pattern, you could have started scalping the TQQ. So you could have made about, let's say you would have bought it right here, right? You could have made a 3% profit right at this level, identifying this support level. Yeah, it's one safe way to buy stocks and make profit without risking your money too much, you know?
Yeah, that's a great way to be doing day trading as well. You aren't risking as much. You can get out quicker instead of losing a lot more money like options, like Manny was saying. So that's always good to keep in mind. You can also trade with more money and get
Yes,
decent profits. Like with options, the volume isn't always there for like the contracts, even if you're trading the
yeah,
SPY or on these ETFs. So if you aren't having many people buy, you can maybe buy $1,000 to $5,000 worth of options, and you'll be worried if they'll actually sell before the trends reverse. But when you're trading with these ETFs, there's such high volume, and with the prices they're at, you can trade with $30,000, $40,000, and actually get your order filled, which is always nice.
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
let's go
Yeah,
over let's go over some big ones. So we were just talking about Tesla actually before we got on this call and how they had some
yeah,
news because of one of their shows. We aren't going to say the name of the show because we're keeping this not we're not going to get in trouble with YouTube. But
right,
there was a show where they're showing stuff that wasn't really appropriate, and
right.
it's the government, especially or Ted Cruz in specific, is actually trying to get the show file a lawsuit against Netflix to get the show off. So not really good. You don't want to be showing
Yes,
kids
sir.
on doing things that they shouldn't be doing on Netflix apparently.
Right.
So it's not really our point to judge.
Yeah,
That's like the whole thing. People bring up politics to Manny and I all the time. We're like, dude, we don't care. Like we honestly don't care what the
it's true.
politics are. We're caring about how it affects stocks. How is it going to affect us making money
It's true.
tomorrow and the next couple of weeks?
Yes,
So
sir.
you can
Oh
think whatever
yeah,
you want about the show and what they're showing off in the show. That's fine. 100% support your own opinion, but we're looking at
yeah,
the legal ramifications and how it's going to hit Netflix in a very bad way. So you want to go over the
yeah.
technicals on Netflix here?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So on Friday I drew some support lines for Netflix, and I broke right below them. So I drew it right around here. And let's see. Let me go back to 5 days. So yeah, let me get rid of this so I can make it more easier to read. Let me make this more and more organized. So as you can see, I drew a support line, a resistance line right here. I hit it once, twice, three times. When I drew it right here, there's a support level right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, if you would have had this before, you would have been able to buy it right here or shorted it right here, and you would have confirmed it. You would have confirmed to buy the short sell right here. You would have held on to your puts. Your puts would have gained so much value. We're talking about a about 5% drop, 5% drop almost. And your puts would have been up like I would say 500% almost. Let's see. Let's see how much they were up. Oh, they expired already. Never mind. I can't really show you, but with Delta, they would have been up like 500%. So yeah, and then as you can see, used it as a resistance right here. This exact support, used it right here, and they got rejected. You could have about put right around this level and held them through the day.
Now we're going to
But
see
yeah, there
how it
could be more
actually
upside with these
affects.
news.
Sorry, Johan. What were you saying, man?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we'll see how this news ends up affecting Netflix in the pre-market. So don't be surprised if we see some huge sell-off or a lot of people buying in
Yeah.
support, because the stock market is very emotional. It's
Yeah.
a huge psychological game. So it all depends on how the public are going to perceive this news. From what we've seen in the past, we can relatively assume that there's going to be a negative sell-off. Whenever there's a lawsuit going
Yeah.
against a company that could be taking away a lot of money or even
Right.
hinder some of their
Yeah.
performance in the future, they're probably going to end up wanting to pull that off. So, also,
Yes,
here,
sir.
fun fact, I just got an alert on my phone. Microsoft just lost the bid to buy TikTok. So,
Oh, really?
that's another thing
See.
that we're going to want to be able to cover over here. Microsoft is going to probably go down because we saw a huge rally with them and Disney. Or no, I'm sorry, with
Yes, sir.
Microsoft and Walmart when they both said they were going to go in to
Yeah.
buy TikTok. So we're seeing a downtrend
Yeah.
after we reach those peaks of last week. And I'm pretty sure
Yep.
we're going to see Microsoft open up in the red after that news when investors see that going into Monday
Yeah.
morning.
Yes, sir. So we're
So
seeing a descending pattern on Microsoft. So as you can see, with this news, it could get rejected right around this level or bounce in between this price change. But if it breaks below the pennant, it could just keep downtrending with this news catalyst.
we're also that we I'm pretty much gonna bet on this one. Come back and tell me next week if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're
Yeah.
gonna end up seeing Microsoft break this descending pattern, and it's just gonna go
Yeah.
below past the support, and it's gonna go negative real quick here. Just
Yeah.
this news, it was
Yeah.
rallying on anticipation of this news because a lot of people want to save TikTok because they see it as like a new media outlet. So this is kind of like
Right.
YouTube was in the beginning stages. So we gotta keep that in mind here. It's where all the kids go. I don't, God, I sound like
Yeah.
a grandpa, don't I, Manny? But it's where all the young kids go, and
True.
it's like, and not there's older people too, but this is just a new media platform, kind of like Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter, where people are going,
2.0 volume.
expressing themselves in this type of in our 2020 time. You know, it
Yeah.
really rallied with the whole
Right.
thing going on with everyone having to be inside. So a lot of people were going this for creative
Yeah.
outlets. They had time on their hands, and it's going to
Right.
be very interesting to see how this ends up going.
Yeah. As you can see, let's look at the puts on Microsoft. The ones that expire in 12 days, the ones in the money, let's go with the $10 ones. These are the gross blue chips. Oh, low volume though. Very low volume. Yeah, these contracts are very overbought, but if Microsoft starts to downtrend, you can see this thing push up to like $20 almost for 100% profit if it breaks above this 1582 level. So yeah, if you're interested in buying Microsoft, what's the ticker? I don't even know the ticker anymore.
Microsoft? Come on, man.
There you go. There you go.
Come on, man.
There you go. So if it breaks below this level of 201, which is a very psychological number, because people love buying at even numbers. So you'll see a lot of limit orders being purchased here. So expect this thing to bounce at 201 or 2-ish to 200 level and bounce up to this pennant and get rejected. But if it breaks below the 200, you can see more downtrend here. And you might want to start buying the puts at this level if it gets rejected.
All right. That's a good one.
If the
So
news
yeah,
is very bad, of course.
that was what I should have said earlier as well. You should be looking to either short this or buy puts. This is going to be
Right.
if you're looking to invest in Microsoft for the long term, this isn't the time to get
Yeah.
in. I would say wait
Yeah. So,
until the news and the reactions happen. Like some other people say on YouTube, every reaction is a nasty, dirty overreaction. All right,
yes, it
so we don't
is.
want to see any of you guys lose money or be freaking out when the stock price ends up
Yeah.
going down.
Oh, you were talking about Walmart, right? Walmart is
Yeah,
also a part of this, right?
Walmart too. So let's do some quick
Okay.
technical analysis on that. We
Yeah,
should see
we're seeing
Walmart pull
some.
back as well with
Right. Yeah, we're seeing.
Microsoft.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're seeing some resistance at Walmart. As you can see, it got rejected at 152. I can't even see the number because the camera's in the way. It got rejected at 149. It stayed below it, of course. 142 again, and it's still below the line. So once it passes, you could start seeing a reversal, but most likely it's just going to keep getting rejected by this level due to the news. We'll see what happens at pre-market or aftermarket. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
be
be
prepared to
ready
short
to
this thing because
see
it could
buying
keep
some
falling.
put. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, get ready
Yes,
to buy
sir.
some puts or short Walmart as well. If you were looking to buy them long term, which they are a
Yeah.
great dividend stock, but this isn't really the time to be getting into them if you're looking to get them at a discount. I think within the next week or two, or depending
Yeah.
on when the stock market ends up coming back, it's really hard to tell with the whole election season going on. It historically always gets choppy around September and October. People are taking out profits, going to buy some Christmas presents. Like I'm buying Manny a pretty little Barbie set. Oh crap! I just told him what he's getting for Christmas. Oh no!
Hey, I'll
But
take that. I'll take
anyways, people buy toys and
it.
stuff, and then people start reinvesting later. But this is election year. It always gets choppy during an election year.
Yeah.
So be prepared for
Yeah.
some very muddy
Yeah. We can
waters.
look
If
at
you
past
are
history.
holding things, don't sell them unless it's like some like you have to look at the company as a whole, right? So when you do some analysis when you're going to buy a company, do you really
Right.
think Microsoft is going to go bankrupt anytime soon? No. That's far out of the point.
No.
Walmart, they're still doing very well. You have things like
Yeah, that's a
Apple,
big.
right? So even when the stock market's going down, it's not it's not worth selling out of those companies. Hold on to your shares, and then as it recovers over the
Yeah.
next year or two, you'll be back where you're at, and then you can sell them there.
Yep. You gotta make sure to have cash in hand to bring your average price down. Case.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. If you look at past elections, which was in what 2016, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at the Nasdaq here. So when did he get elected? When did Trump get elected?
Trump got
That was
elected in November
2015 or 16.
2016.
26 November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find the month here. You said November, right?
Yeah.
It's 11. Yeah, the market pretty much rallied when he got elected,
But we
but
know why,
let's
right?
go on Obama.
It
Yeah,
wasn't meant in a, not really in a political way, but he. So here's the thing: everybody probably knows this, but if you're a beginner, this is something to keep in mind. When when people are talking about the stock market, take all of your politics out of it. The thing, if you're looking for short-term investments or if you're looking to trade, you have to remember the stock market will rally when a president gets elected or when a nominee gets elected that's supporting tax cuts and to be more lenient on businesses. I don't know if
yes,
that's what
sir.
you believe personally, but when you're looking at the stock market, it's very psychological. Like we've said a couple times already, people don't people react emotionally, and when they hear a new president's going to raise taxes on a corporation by 10% or 8%, that's way less money at the end of the year that the company's going to be able to have to pay out in
Right.
dividends, pay
Yeah,
out to just be able to have cash on hand, etc.,
yeah,
etc. So that's something to always keep in
yeah,
mind when you're investing. So when Trump won, it ended up having the stock market rally because we saw this huge, oh my God, this guy's going to do all this stuff to lower regulations on businesses. So the stock market it started to rally faster than before. So
yeah,
if we see the numbers as they keep coming out from these polls show that Biden's going to be winning, it's going to impact the stock market negatively. And that's not because anything political other than he wants to increase taxes on corporations. So you're going to see people continue to take profits and you're going to see a very volatile market going on until election day. If we start seeing Trump win the
yeah,
polls, then it'll get a little bit more evened out because people are they're more secure that they're going to be able to that businesses will still be able to have the growth that they were having beforehand. So
yeah. Yes, sir. What other tickers should we analyze Apple here?
yeah,
I
let's
think
check out
Apple's a
Apple.
good
These are
one.
some good blue chips, great for long-term investing. So you can we're going over some of these so
Yeah,
people can be prepared to see is this time to buy more shares or should I wait where I can get a better discount? And just looking at the
yeah,
technicals, we don't know, nobody knows which way the stock market's going to end up going, but we do know
Yeah.
that with these technicals, where the resistance are, if it keeps breaking the resistance, making lower lows, and it's overall in a downtrend. But when with the technicals, we can
Right.
also identify when things go into an uptrend. So it's
All
very
right.
good, very
So yeah,
great.
so Apple in the last 3 weeks, it was in between an uptrending channel. So as you can see, it uptrended, it hit that resistance, fell down to the support, got rejected. So this would have been the level to start focusing on the put side. So right when it got rejected at that 138 level, it would have been perfect to start buying puts for the long term. Or if you really want to trade and risk your money, you could buy weeklies. But I really highly don't recommend that. I recommend you go a little longer, like a month or two, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, you could have bought puts right at this resistance level, and Apple
You would
fell about what, twenty
you would have
percent.
known. You would have known by looking at the technicals. Hey, we're gonna have a pullback because every time we've hit this resistance level, it has had a pullback. This doesn't mean it has to.
Yeah,
The stock market doesn't have to follow the trends and the patterns, but they
yeah,
tend to always follow the patterns until it breaks.
right,
It always does
yeah,
break. But you would have known, hey, we're
yeah,
going to have a sell off. And after it broke the
yes,
second
sir.
line, after the high, the second trend line that Manny drew over here, it continued to go
Mhm.
down because that was the line of support. So if it was just having a nasty pullback, it would have bounced off that second trend line, but instead it fell right through it.
Yeah, it would have typically on a normal trend, it would have bounced back up to this area, then just got rejected. A normal trend, right, would just kept bouncing up and down. But I think it was time for the markets to breathe. They were way too overbought, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess it was time for the market just to sell off and take a breather. Apple was at a support level of 200, 110. So if you want to buy calls, make sure the Apple stays above the 110. You might want to start buying calls if it starts to stay at this level area, and you might want to be careful at the this area of 120, which is again an even number, psychological number. So you could start seeing Apple like start trading in between this level for consolidation. But if it breaks below it, expect more downside for the market in general, just because Apple is about 11% of the Dow. So you can see the market start downtrending from here if it does break below 110 level.
We also
Yes,
just
sir.
got news about, just to change topics a little bit here, we also saw some
Yeah,
news
of
that
course.
SoftBank is going to be selling designer
Oh,
chips to NVIDIA for a $40 billion deal.
oh,
So I don't
oh,
know if
really?
SoftBank actually has a stock. We can do some research into that real quick, but we can look at NVIDIA, and I'm assuming usually
Yeah,
when these types of buyouts happen, NVIDIA will rise as well. So we're looking at NVIDIA
right.
here have a sharp pullback. Oh my gosh, isn't that a little nasty? Doesn't it kind
Yeah,
of hurt a little bit if you're holding on to those?
yeah.
That's
It
why,
hurts a lot.
quick
Yeah,
reminder, always
yeah.
have stop losses in
100%.
place so this
Yeah,
doesn't happen to you. So you'd be out, you'd be
yes,
able to
sir.
be able to buy in when you start seeing the uptrend happen. And that's just some
Yeah,
good advice for the future for anybody who's
yeah,
looking to buy in. But here, Manny's going to go over this real quick. I'm
yeah,
going to turn on a light because it's getting a little dark in here. Be right back.
yeah. So we're seeing some uptrend channel again, like just like Apple, because Nvidia, I believe Apple uses Nvidia's chips for some of their products. So Nvidia typically correlates with Apple. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same exact pattern as Apple. Once it hit this level, it just started crashing. It pretty much came down about 20%. Yeah, 20%. So we're also seeing some support at this level of 475. Again, a psychological number. So yeah, if you want to start buying calls, you might want to watch out for this level. If it breaks below, don't buy calls because it could just keep making lower lows in the coming next week. But if it starts holding above, you can start buying calls and watch out for this level right here, which is pretty much a support from the past. There you go. So yeah, you might want to start watching around this trend line just for resistance. But if it passes below, we could see continuation for an uptrend. Yeah, just gotta be careful, guys. Set your stop losses. Never trade without stop losses. Typically, I would risk about 1% on my stop loss, but I know some of you guys don't have the ability to day trade every day. So just yeah, manage your risk and Yeah, just that's all it is. Manage your risk. If you guys don't know how to manage your risk, you really won't be profitable in the market.
It's all about risk management. So
Uh,
if you end up day trading for a little bit
yeah.
while you're in school or as a part-time job, you can always add on your resume, risk management specialist. As long as you're going,
Yeah.
you gotta be creative here, guys. Honestly, honestly.
Yeah. True. Very, very true.
Now let me
There's
check
also
here
this.
before we move on if Salesforce or SoftBank actually had a stock because we can also go and look at them as well.
Let me check. Software. SoftBank is SOB. Oh, no, I think this is Hmm.
Oh, it's an
There's a
OTC stock.
SoftBank
It's an
ticker.
OTC stock.
Yeah.
So if you have
Yeah. There's no
Robinhood, you
value in
can
it.
trade this
So,
stock. The ticker is going to be SFTBY. Say that 10 times quick. Oof.
SFTBY.
Yeah.
SFTBY. Oh, okay. Yeah, but we're seeing some upside here. Or am I looking at the wrong one?
So if you have
Is
TD
it the one
Ameritrade
that's
or
27?
Fidelity, you can trade these stocks on trade these OTC stocks. But if you're trading with Robinhood, this isn't really
Yeah.
the way you to go about it. So.
Yeah.
Go into your
Yeah, you want to be
technicals,
safe with
Manny.
this
This is
stuff.
what this guy's a genius. He'll call me up like, Jet, look at the technicals. Jet, you got to check this out right now. I'm like, dude, I'm working. I
Oh
have an
god.
exam I'm trying to go for. He's like, Jet, quick, look at the technicals. It's bouncing off the resistance. This is the time to buy puts.
Yeah, it
This guy's
is.
on top of his game,
Oh my.
honestly. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He'll
What
be
ticker did
posting
you tell
more
me
on
to
his own
analyze?
YouTube channel as well. He'll be making YouTube
Yeah.
videos about how to use Thinkorswim, quick little setup videos instead of having to watch an hour-long video.
Yeah.
He'll have that all ready to
Right.
go. So
Yes,
there's
sir.
that. All right, Manny, go back into your technicals. I had to give you a little plug
Uh,
there.
thank you. Thank you. What was it? SoftBank?
SoftBank, yeah.
Okay. What's the
Man,
ticker again?
can't you just stay on one stock for 5 seconds? My God,
I mean, I
this
gotta
guy's a
analyze
rocket
everything.
ship.
SFTBY.
Yeah,
Okay, there it is. Okay. So yeah, we're seeing some. Is it the one that's $27?
yeah, $27, 27
Okay.
50.
Yeah, this is a low volume, very low volume. As you can see, yeah, very low volume. Let's see. Let me add it to my list right here. SFTBY. We're seeing 530,000 volume in one day. That's not really a lot. I wouldn't really trade this personally because you really won't be able to buy and sell easily. Because you can buy, and let's say it starts going down, you really won't be able to sell at the price that you want, which is really look nasty. Um, yeah. So as you can see here, Tesla has 60 million volume. That would be an in and out kind of stock. So yeah, stay away from low volume stocks. But let's look at the technicals here. Yeah, it looks like it just got beaten down. A lot of consolidation at that 31 level. Yeah, got rejected there. Crashed. Yeah, still looking good. A little upside here, but it most likely will break down just pass between this level and fall. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know the fundamentals on this company, but I'd
Just
stay
looking
away
at the
from this one just due to
technicals.
low volume in general.
But it looks like
Yeah,
with this news, we might see it rally. Because as everyone knows,
right.
so
Good.
when we see stocks pop for beginners out there, it's usually because there's a catalyst. So the catalyst can be it's usually
Right.
a form of news. So if there's a
Yeah.
news statement that comes out that says SoftBank is getting purchased for $40 billion, right? So people will look at the market
Right.
cap
Just
and
like
the
Kodak.
validation of the stock, and then will buy according to that. So they'll be like, okay, we add
Right.
$40 to this. What this deal will be, because they're buying an arm or of SoftBank, we'll be able to check that out. Manny, can you stick on one ticker for 5 seconds?
Yeah, I just wanted to. I wanted to go following with your pump and dump scheme thing.
Yeah.
As you can see, when Kodak announced their deal with what was it? With
The deal, the government
they
was going
wanted
to give them
to
a
get
few, like $1 billion, something
right,
ridiculous like
and
that.
then they went from yeah, and it went up to $60. That's 2,700%, guys. So if you really want to stick with news, you can do that. But like right here, there's no technicals really indicating where this thing was going. So technicals won't always work, but a lot of the news will. So yeah, that's more for penny stocks, but I'd stay away from the penny stocks. So it's Let's go back to stock.
Penny stocks are fun. Don't listen to them. Make bank,
They're
or
fun.
it's
They're
very
fun, but
risky.
they're easy.
Very risky. But if you want to
Very,
make some YOLO
very
plays,
risky.
go follow the hype. Just make sure you look
Yeah,
at volume. Make sure the volume's there. Make sure there's actually a
yeah,
good catalyst. You want to check it before everyone else gets there. Unless it's
yeah.
Kodak, then it runs for 2 days, and we're all like, "How the heck did it get to $60?"
That would have been a good trade.
Oh
The
man.
only good trade I've done so far this year was ACB. That was like the only penny stock I really like did good on it. I bought it right around this level right here. What is it? 930. Yeah, right here on this day exactly. It was Thursday, and I made 100% the next day. Yeah, I only went in with $500, but it was all good.
Oh man, you should have put in 10,000.
10,000, I would have made
Put
a good 10 grand. But
100,000.
yeah, that was my best trade with penny stocks so far. But yeah, I would stay away from penny stocks just because they're very risky, especially when you're a new trader. You really want to stick with big companies because if it goes against you, it'll most likely go against you like 1%. Nothing too big. But with this, for example, you would have bought it up here. It went down to that 1240. That's 40% of your position gone. So yeah, I'd stick with big companies if you're a new trader. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. What other one should we go over here?
We got a lot. We got Google. We got Amazon.
Here, let's change it
Amazon's a
up
really
real
good one.
quick. We can go
Yeah.
over some more blue chips here in a second, but I wanted to actually go over a couple. We have some meetings that are about to come up. These are going to be some good long-term plays, or if you're willing to hold for a couple months.
Yeah.
We have HJLI, which is actually a penny stock, one of
HJLI.
the things that Manny hates. But they're coming out with a meeting. If
It's a good
it
one.
works, they're going to
I
be
like this one.
acquired by another company.
Yeah.
This is going to be coming
Let
out
me add
September
the
15th.
SMA.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, talk
Let's
about
see.
the SMA. My God, we've been laughing our way to the bank with this stock. It's completely
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So as you can see with the SMA, I mean, typically this thing, HDLI, typically jumps about every couple of days. It jumps about 100% or 50%. So if you look at it, all these jumps are about. You see, this one's 80%. This one right here is 100%. This one right here was 99%. This one was 60%. This one was 76%. This one was 100%. So as you can tell, they're all pretty big jumps. This one was 176. This one was 58%. Not bad. So as you can see right here at the SMA, it typically bounces on it.
What is the SMA?
As you can see right here, bounce. So the SMA is the 180-day simple moving average. It's an equation. I don't know the exact numbers that go into it, but it's an indicator that most people use for swing trading typically. But you can also use that for day trading. I personally use it for swing trading because once it's below it, yeah, I know it's not a good time to buy it, the certain stock. But when the stock's above the SMA, it's most likely just going to keep uptrending. So as you can see right here, it's above the SMA. So you will see most likely bounce on Monday morning, or it could get rejected and just fall back to the SMA and keep just bouncing on it. But this HGLI is a pretty good day trading stock, I'd say, for 25% daily, almost on average.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. 100% moves in the last almost year.
If you're
That's a lot
looking
of
for
jumps.
you're looking for more of a long-term investment on this, I'm not saying buy this stock, but if they end up getting approved for their being acquired by another company on September 15th, the
Right.
price analyst, like the price target for this stock is 215 or 210 or 215 by
Okay.
the end of a year.
That's good.
So we don't know if that'll
Yeah,
actually
I'd say
happen.
going small.
That's kind of a stretch, when it's been trading around 38 cents, it's going to go up
Yeah.
500%. Like, my God, dude. But if
Right.
it does,
Yeah, I mean, this thing was at 560.
it was there before. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I just got news, Manny, for us to go over real quick, or we'll go over this in a second. But the other stock I want to talk about, a very
Okay.
big day, September 15th, is LCA, right? Wasn't it LCA?
Oh, LCA. Yes, LCA.
Golden Nugget. This is going to
Yes,
be an
sir.
acquisition company. It's a shell, and it's going to be bought, or it's going to be acquiring with Golden Nugget if it gets approved, which it most likely will. We'll see the stock pop. So it's been rallying up in anticipation to this day. And if it does get approved, we're going to see a vote probably happen later this month, and then the actual merger take place in October. So those are key dates that you're going to want to keep an eye out for to see this stock rally. People are thinking it's going to be similar to DraftKings and how that ends up going over there. So
Yeah.
we can see it's been
Yeah, with the
bouncing on that
LCA.
SMA too as well. It's been keeping it
Yeah.
above. But okay, so now that those
Yeah.
two longer term holds are out of the way, more swings, I'd like to talk about Oracle because it was just announced that Oracle is going to be the company to acquire TikTok. Total out of left
Is
field
it
over
really?
here. We thought it was going to be Walmart and Microsoft, but Oracle is going to make its way into the arena of TikTok.
What is
So we should.
isn't Oracle isn't Oracle like a what is it? A product? Doesn't it sell products for cleaning? Or what is it again?
No. I think Oracle's the.
Toothpaste, isn't it? Toothpaste? Oracle. What's the ticker again?
I'll let you
I
know in a
cannot
sec.
find it. Oh, I
ORCL.
found it. I think there you go. ORCL. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, it crashed on Friday.
Yeah, well, because it had their earnings.
Yeah,
It
but we're seeing
popped.
the news. Right. Yeah, it popped and it just crashed.
But you should see the stock pop tomorrow. I'm not like we can look at the trend.
Wow.
We can. Ooh, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
We can look at the trend, but
that's terrifying.
I'm pretty sure we'll have a similar effect of Walmart and Amazon with their stocks maybe up
Right.
10%. So if you could get in early enough in the morning and buy some calls,
Right.
my God, you are going to be one
Yeah, it's at a
rich
discount right now.
man or woman. I'm not your judge, but
Yeah, we're at a discount right now, so it'd be a good time to buy. We're seeing some support right here, so expect it to drop down to 55 area. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. So yeah, guys, as you can tell, there's support right around this level. Bounced right here, consolidated all during this time for some reason. Really weird area. You don't want to be in this area, but yeah, consolidated there in this whole entire area. So basically, if you would have seen this in the past, you can see that it started using this area as a support right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would have been a good time to buy right here for about 12% return. You could have gone out with 10 grand, for example. You would have gone out with 1,200%. I mean, 1,200 bucks in like, what, 2 days? That's how most people make that like in 2 weeks. Normal job. So using, yeah, you could have just identified support right here, right here, right here. Or if you didn't even know how to do this yet, you could have used this support right here, all this to identify this one. Bought in here, got out. But now that we have this support right here, we know where it's going to go in the future, technically. Let's see. You see, it got rejected right here, right here, right here. So that's a rejection level. Did pass it, but it got rejected. It was testing these highs, but looks like it's not really going to test it anymore. It's going to start going down. Maybe hit this level of support, possibly bounce. Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
yeah, this will be a good one to keep an eye out for tomorrow and in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna set my alerts for this one actually.
Yeah, always set your
Let's see,
alerts.
pre-alert.
You need confirmation.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna set my alerts for the downside as well. Yes, sir. Well, let's see how the Nasdaq is doing lately. Or yeah, it looks like it's bouncing, guys. Look at right here. It's bouncing at this level. Opened right now. It's currently going up. Yeah.
But it
It's
is
starting to
making
pass that
lower
resistance
lows
level.
or lower, yeah, lower
Yeah,
lows and lower higher lows. Lower highs and higher
yeah, it's
lows. My
making.
God, gotta get that one down, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can start seeing some. Since it bounced at this major support, we could see an upside tomorrow, but you might want to watch out for these levels of resistance. This one and this one right here, especially this one. So if we look at the SPY. The SPY is a S&P ETF. It's cheaper than buying the SPX, which is SPX. It's about 3,500. So they made the SPY just to be able to afford it, I guess. So yeah, this SPY is more precise with its supports and resistance levels. So So, for example, right here, I was watching this on Thursday in the morning. I identified the resistance level, and exactly right here is when it actually started to fall, and it bounced on this support right here. As you can see, it's starting to pass it. So we could start seeing a pennant here. I'm gonna extend this line right here. We can start like uptrending right here, get rejected, start bouncing here, bounce back up, test the level. And if it passes, you can start seeing more upside. We can start returning back to the bull market. But in my opinion, it's more likely going to break below it just due to low volume. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you want to go over the Dow Jones here?
Any more news on the... Oh, yeah, let's see. /YM. Let's see. Can we identify something? 4 quadruple trip. Let's see. It's a triple top. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. So if the Dow starts hitting this level, expect a downtrend, in my opinion, just due to low volume, as I was saying. But if it passes it, it can start returning back to the bull market. We definitely want to watch out for these levels of resistance, this level of major resistance, and this level right here. So we could start seeing it bounce up here, then just get rejected, rebounds back up, it starts to return to a bull market. And yeah, but my opinion, I think it's just going to keep downtrending because of low volume and a lot of bad news. And Apple's about to announce their new product, and Apple typically downtrends on those days because typically they don't know what product they will announce, if it's going to be bad, so people start selling early.
Yeah, unless there's some huge innovation that happens, maybe it'll go up, but it hasn't really happened for a while.
Yeah, unless they like come out with the Apple car or something like that. The Apple car
insurance. We're skipping the middleman on everything. We build cars, we build insurance, we build your phone. We have clothes too.
Oh my god. They have apparel now.
Sounds like Tesla with its shorts.
Yeah, Tesla, that's a whole nother thing, man. Man, I wish I'd have bought this thing back in the day. Oof. But yeah, we're not seeing anything else, like no major news so far, right? I'm not getting any news catalysts on Market Watch. Is anybody announcing any tickers that we might want to analyze?
No one's saying much of anything, but it's all good. It's all good. This is the first video. It's a growing process.
First video? Yes, sir.
We got some likes, though, so that's always a positive.
Let's go. Major news. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What else should we talk about? I mean, yeah, Amazon is actually something I want to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
Amazon's a really good trade just because Amazon's too big. I doubt you'll lose money in the trades. As you can see, I drew this before. I identified a pennant, a triangle pennant. As you can see, it hit the high right here. I drew this line because of these resistance levels and the support level. And once it passed it to the upside, it went up, and it went up a substantial amount. It was about 10% return, and let's see, it's 13 days, 13 trading days. So if you would have bought this, let's say you went with 10 grand, right? You could have gotten out with about a $1,000 profit in 13 days. I mean, that's the power of swing trading. With these big stocks, you typically won't lose money if you start looking at the technicals and paying very close attention. So right here, as you can see, it started falling last week. It started using this resistance level as a support level. And what happened? It bounced on it twice. Well, it's like on it, but it most likely will just like make an uptrend here. But if it breaks below it more, it'll just keep crashing. You want to watch out for this level right here. Right here is major support. So yeah, Amazon could start falling down to the 2,900 level once I get a psychological number. Let me see. Well, other than that, Amazon's always going to be a buy for the upside, no matter what.
He just keeps growing, man.
Company. Keeps growing. It just keeps growing. I mean, it went from what 1,600 to 3,500 in a year.
Yeah, people were saying.
I wouldn't be surprised it has a split.
People were saying that they think that after all this people staying at home, Amazon would go down. I don't really know if that's going to be true. I think people are kind of figuring
No.
out that it's easier to
Mm-mm.
shop online. It's
Right.
kind of the
Right.
future. You might have some
Yeah.
stragglers along the way, but it's too easy to get your package delivered within a day or two if it's not needed
Right.
today. And they're also setting up a lot of
Yeah.
different things with Whole Foods. And heck,
Mm-hmm.
here's my thesis about it. I feel like Whole Foods is going to go away, and we're going to have Amazon stores, and they'll just keep do it. They're going to end up
Yeah.
having home delivery for food because they slightly do that, but they
Right.
don't do it with all foods. I think that's going to be the next step. He
Right.
he invested in buying Whole Foods, and it's going to be slowly converted into Amazon stores. Healthy
Yeah.
options, fresh food delivered straight to your door in a day. It's going to be
Yeah.
insanity. He's
Yeah.
taken over
Nice.
the whole market, and the
Right.
government doesn't seem to care, but not our point to
Yeah.
judge. Not our
I mean,
point to judge. It's about our point to make money.
yeah, that's the whole point. That's why we're here. I feel like Amazon's gonna start doing like 1 hour delivery if you're in the radius, for example, and that's gonna be a big business for people like elderly people who can't really get to the stores. So yeah, I feel like Amazon's really gonna be the giant when it comes to delivery in general. They'll also create a lot of jobs, right? So it's gonna be a very big company in the future. I mean, it's barely getting started, I believe.
It still has a lot
And
of
plus, it
room to
helps all those
grow.
softwares. Oh yeah, and it's crazy the amount of profits they make every quarter. I typically I would say buy calls right before the close on earnings because it goes up anyways. As you can tell, it's yeah, on calls on earnings last time it went up on $245. So that would have been time to buy calls. On
Oh
the
my
last
God.
time it went down. Yeah,
Jeez,
last
dude,
time
you
it
have a
went down.
delta of
I don't know why.
8% on a delta of 8%, you'd be rich. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
these companies are pretty good by earnings, but they're expensive though. That's the only thing. They're very expensive. We're talking about like if you buy long term, they're $500. 500 times 100 is what 50,000,
Oh, no,
I believe.
5,000.
50,000 per contract.
Would it be
500
50,000? Oh,
really?
geez. Doing math on live
500
stream
times
doesn't really turn out well.
it's 50,000 per contract. That's a lot. It's a lot of
Unbelievable.
money. Nobody's gonna put
Unbelievable.
50,000 in one contract. So yeah, they're pretty high in value right now. That's why typically they measure contracts if they're saying that the calls are very valuable, the market will start downtrending just because the puts are very are losing value. So then the puts are just switch over and start getting value, and that's when people start buying puts and the market starts crashing.
That's something I wanted to say about the SPY. We saw the SPY go up 6,000% on puts when it crashed. And this guy
Yeah,
predicted the crash.
yeah, right here.
He predicted the pullback. Oh my God.
Yeah, right at this level. Yeah, we were seeing a lot of resistance. So once the market makes a high, it typically pulls back. But this one was really pretty obvious. At that 358 level, it got rejected once, twice, three times, four times almost. And this time would have been the confirmation. And if you're using indicators like 9 EMA, let's see. Let me add the EMA very quick. Moving average exponential, add selected. Let me make it blue. The EMA is the exponential moving average. It's an equation as well. Typically use it for the day trade. You can also use it for swing trading. But so yeah, as you can see, it got rejected four times, and once it passed that EMA line, it would have been time to buy puts. And these puts that day went up what? How much were they up? Like 5,000%. Like at the
6,000%,
close.
man. Oh,
Yeah, they were up pretty high. I mean, yeah, those were the weeklies. But if you would have bought like I don't know, maybe a month out, you'd be up like I don't know, 50%, which is a little safer. But 50% is still a good amount of return. But
that's
you could be up
ridiculous.
6,000%.
It's about
6,000%.
risk
I mean, if you're going in
management.
with
What
the
are you
option,
assuming to risk?
exactly.
That's what it
Yeah, I
ends
mean,
up being.
for example, if you would have bought like a contract, for example, at 355, right? Let's make it an even number, 336, and you buy at this level, you immediately want to set your stop loss. You want to stop loss right here, because you really want to be careful with these options because they can lose value. You do not want to go in heavy. We've been through a lot, right? I mean, I've personally been through
Don't
doing a
judge
lot
me, Manny.
Apple
I
contracts.
was thinking it was gonna go up.
Yeah. I mean, I personally lost a lot with Apple calls because I thought it was gonna keep going up, but it ended up crashing in 2018. So yeah, set your stop losses when you're buying contracts. Always set your stop losses on the. Personally, I use the active trader because it's easier to use than physically going here and typing all this stuff. It's way more complicated with this instead of using active trader. You can just say how many shares you want, 300, 500. Let me go to on demand. I can show you guys how to do it pretty quick. You go to let's see, go to Netflix for example. So if you want to buy shares, for example, all you gotta do is put the amount you want, and you hit buy market. And let's see, you automatically filled in, right? This is the simulator, by the way. It's a little slower, but that's how you would buy in and quick, buy and sell quick. So if you want to sell with the limit, I recommend you use the P&L so you can see how much you're losing. So let's say you want to sell at a limit of $5 loss. You send that order in, and now your stop limit is ready to go. So let's see. Yeah, your stop loss is ready at $5. But it looks like we're already in the red, so yeah, it sells out automatically.
So you can
That's
do
something you
this.
would really need to use.
You can set stop losses with Robinhood as well. It's just it's not as you have to do a little bit more calculations over it yourself. But you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Typically, every brokerage has that option.
so yeah, I think
Let's
that's a good
see.
start for this. It's a good start for this. You know, we had a good went over a lot of
Yeah,
stocks and different trends to get you guys prepared for next week. If
right.
you guys enjoyed the video, please
Yeah,
remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Check out Manny
yeah.
as well. He's going to be starting to make videos. I'll put his channel in the description whenever he gets posting over here. And we'll try to do this every Sunday. If not, we'll try to do it every other Sunday. But we'll try our best to keep this really consistent so you guys can be prepared with the trends of the week. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Manny, you have anything you want to say?
So far, no. Just make sure you manage your risk. That's all it is. Manage your
Manage your
risk.
risk.
Keep those losses
Professional
very
risk
small
management over here. All right, put it on your resume. All right.
on your resume. Yeah. All
Awesome,
right, guys.
awesome. All
Take it
right,
easy.
take it easy. Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye.
End the week on a green note. Oh, too good, too good. All right, have a great day, guys.
Good day. Bye. All right.
All right, just and